Bad Muslim Arguments, Episode 4. How many gods died on the cross? Have you heard of this argument? It's disingenuous. It presupposes there's more than one God to trap people into this false dilemma. They first say, oh, well, only God died on the cross, right? Jesus. And then they'll ask, how many gods didn't die on the cross? And yes, that's the problem, right? That's when the Christian realizes this doesn't make sense. There's only one God. The problem is that the original question didn't make sense. Now you have set yourself up as a Christian to differentiate between the one God that died on the cross and is there another God out beyond that has not died? The mistake is simply that God doesn't die. God cannot die. God is life. So we do not mean that God died. Even in some cases, Christians will say God died on the cross because they're talking about the person of Jesus. What we really mean is that God truly experienced death. God is immutable. God cannot change. And that means that the Son, who is God, is also immutable. The Son cannot change. God cannot die. Now, the Son of God adds a human nature within history. That is the incarnation, and that person is Jesus Christ. That person dies in the flesh. And through that person, God experiences true death. But notice also this confuses the nature of death itself. Death is not ceasing to exist, death is a biological condition. So Jesus died in the flesh, biologically. This is what death means. But his spirit went on to continue the work of God. The human spirit of Jesus goes down to the place where the dead rest, Sheol. And this is where he preaches the salvation from God as the Messiah. So it's important to frame this correctly. God does not die. God continues to work in the human person of Jesus even after his death. And Jesus, having the power to resurrect himself, works through death and into life, undoing the power of sin and death on humanity. This is what brings a salvation to us to begin with. So this argument is a mockery of the sacrifice God makes in Jesus Christ. But we could ask, why can't Allah ever make any sacrifices for us?